Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. To Chairman Baker, your answer can simply be we can do whatever we want because of tribal sovereignty. So that can be your answer. Let's debunk a couple things. No, renewables are not cheaper than natural gas. That is complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. They're only cheaper because they get massive subsidies to make them cheaper. There's not a single manufacturer of solar panels or wind turbines or generators that I've talked to that say they could do this in an open and free market. Oh, but oil and gas get subsidies too. That's what they say. Lies. Another lie that needs to be debunked. There's no direct tax credits. There's no direct subsidies to oil and gas. Here's another lie that needs to be debunked. Carbon capture technology is not ready for market. Lies. Illinois is starting a project. Chairman Baker is talking about this project here in Colorado. Houston has already piloted it, and we just hooked it up to the energy grid. It's profitable. The only thing they used is a 45Q tax credit. These things are profitable, they work, and in some cases they're carbon negative because the technology exists, and it's well-developed technology that pipes that well underground and saves it for 10,000 years.
Point of order, Madam Chair. The gentleman is welcome to disagree with me and make points, but I would ask that his words be taken down for accusing me of lying.
Oh, well, your hurt feelings are noted.
Gentlemen,
if I may continue.
So you're not, would you like to yield to Mr. Huffman, Mr. Crenshaw?
No, I will not yield.
Okay.
I would like to yield to Mr. Baker. Chairman Baker, do you think that a person can be in the business of natural gas and also care about the environment?
Yes. As I've always mentioned, we as a tribe, we are caretakers of the land. We've always been raised that way. No matter where we are, we're always going to have our land come first and be careful and, how it affects our neighbors.
And tribal lands are not exempt from this natural gas tax that's going to be in the reconciliation bill. Any member of your tribe that operates a facility that produces, transmits, processes, or otherwise touches natural gas will be subject to a tax as assessed purely by the EPA. So how will this harm the members of the Southern Ute tribe?
I'm not sure exactly how that would, because again, like I said, we have so many other things that we work on that benefit our tribe, not just oil and gas, and again, the lack of snow, lack of rainfall, and, a lot of that does cause the droughts that are in our area. But again, that is a great question. I'm not the technical expert on this technology, but in the room with, Courtney Hadrick, the operating director of our energy, and Coy Bryant, and the government should not tax our resources.
Right, I agree with that. And to address this, again, back to the general discussion of natural gas. Again, the facts are that natural gas and fracking industry and the technology associated with that it is almost 100% responsible for our reduction in emissions in this country back to 1992 levels. There's no disputing that. There's no disputing the fact that if we were to replace coal-fired power plants around the world with our U.S. natural gas, you'd have more reduction in emissions than in any other solution that we're talking about here. And look, to Mr. Huffman, I don't mean to call you a liar, and I'll just apologize for that. But what you're saying is deeply, deeply untrue and misleading, and frankly, probably damaging to our mutual goals of reducing emissions in this country and around the world. That's the truth. That's the truth, and the facts back this up. The facts back up that these technologies, carbon capture technologies, are indeed ready for market. It's happening right before our eyes. And we can refuse to acknowledge it. We can cover our ears and cover our eyes and pretend we don't see it and pretend that renewables are cheaper and that they're more effective and that they're reliable. We can pretend all that. We can write a fiction novel about it. But none of it will be true. It will never be true. And to over-subsidize those technologies, renewable technologies, to the detriment of reliable clean technologies like carbon capture and nuclear energy is insanity. It's insanity, especially at a moment around the world where people are having trouble keeping the lights on. That's a very, very bad place to be in. I yield back.